All right, let's get into this. Disturbing Lost Media NSF. Do I want to watch this NSFL? What does this get into? Charles Manson. So it's your run-of-the-mill serial. It looks like your run-of-the-mill serial killer stuff. All right, let's see. It's from everyone's favorite voice actress.
In this video, we'll cover 4 pieces of disturbing lost media that probably should stay lost.
Nobody likes her voice. I've been able to put up with it now, so...
Let me know in the comments if you like this topic, because I have a list of many more, so I could make this into a series if there's enough interest. If you enjoy internet mysteries and generally disturbing content, feel free to subscribe and turn on notifications for more content like this. I also have a Patreon and a PayPal, so if you're interested in supporting the channel, feel free to check those out through the links in the description, or you can leave me a tip by clicking the thanks under this video. Thanks to anyone who considers this.
Yeah, that's his girlfriend, actually. Number 15, Burger King foot lettuce. Have you ever wondered why my voice sounds like I'm some weird artificial construct and I'm actually an android masquerading as a human being? Well, this guy at Burger King stood in the lettuce. I have a girlfriend who's British and she has a channel called Internet Investigator. Paging Mr. Herman. Number 15, paging Mr. Herman. You have a telephone call at the front desk.
This video will cover topics that might be triggering to some. Viewer discretion is advised.
This video will be covering topics that might be chilling to some. Viewer discretion is advised. It's like I have to go so far out of my way to do that.
You can head over to my Patreon for an uncut version of this video.
I have a girlfriend and she is so blue. Blue daba dee daba die. Yo. It's like, because they use auto-tune to get the melody on that song. It's like if they only hit like one note. So it's tuning it just as... I blew up and it's just like a vocode at the point.
Which features
his voice is so fucking monotone.
Details that were unsuitable for this cut.
Yeah, I've seen Disturbing. I watch them all. I like creepy shit, and I watch them all. I know Disturbing.
In August 2021, 15-year-old Hugo Jackson was arrested and charged with attempted murder and making threats after entering a school in Eslöv, Sweden, dressed in a skeleton mask, helmet and bulletproof vest, and immediately
was he trying to be the Punisher?
Stabbed a teacher before threatening other staff and students. He reportedly had a knife and a pistol-like object, and according to news reports shortly after the incident, he had been inspired by other massacres, including...
You mean a gun? A pistol-like object?
The Columbine High School shooting, in which 12th grade students Eric Harris and Dylan Klebold killed 13 people and injured a further 24 before taking their own lives. And the Christchurch mosque shootings, carried out by white supremacists...
That's a legitimate plate vest. Where the hell did he just get his hands on that? You know, contrary to what a lot of people think, you can't just buy body armor. People, a bulletproof vest, most of the time it's actually just like a paintball supposed tactical vest or whatever. But for an actual piece of bulletproof, like plate-carrying armor, that's a little harder to come by.
And Tarrant, who live-streamed the attacks on Facebook. According to the indictment, a possible motive for the stabbing may have been a desire to assault a group of people on the grounds of race, colour, national or ethnic origin, religion or sexual orientation.
So any hate crime, really.
Hugo's now deleted social media accounts were found, including Instagram and TikTok, where he posted far-right memes and racist and anti-LGBT content. He filmed the incident and
So he was basically a fucking pole poster. Okay.
apparently live streamed it on Twitch. I couldn't find much information about this Twitch stream, or that much information about the incident at all for that matter. The police report no longer appears to be available online, but it has been said that only 4 people watched the stream.
Jesus Christ, you're trying to go for the world's highest body count. You can't even get his 4 people to watch.
Few screenshots have surfaced after the incident.
I mean, I've got more people watching this fucking stream.
The stream itself has never been released to the public, and likely never will be, mostly due to the disturbing nature of the footage, and there doesn't even appear to be enough public interest in it to make a case for releasing it.
What the fuck? This guy wanted to go for a high score, and nobody gave a shit. No one. I'm glad that he didn't do anything. I'm glad that his ass is probably in jail. But, good lord. You're such a loser. You can only get 4 people in your fucking stream. I know, I've got 25 people in here. What a flex. But I'm glad you're all here, and I'm happy that you're here. And then there was no public interest in this to the point they're like, whatever, who cares? Oh my God.
Seems to be a relative.
Oh my God. That was literally God saying, you were born to suck.
Lesser known incident, probably because no one actually died. It can be surmised that Hugo perhaps bit off a bit more than he could chew, as presumably he planned to harm or kill many people, but apparently after stabbing the teacher, changed his mind and gave up. I did manage to find an article that described what happened.
This is the definition of was it worth it? No.
In the stream. Here's what it said. The perpetrator is standing at the sports field next to Kalleberg-Skollen. He turns on music and walks back and forth in front of the cell phone that is placed on the ground. He wears dark trousers, a safety vest, a dark jacket with small Swedish flags attached to the sleeves, a ski mask and mittens with a skeletal pattern on.
Skeletal pattern on his gloves.
The perpetrator picks up the camera and attaches it to a helmet he is wearing. The picture shows a knife of a longer model that the perpetrator is holding. He is moving towards the school. While walking, the perpetrator waves the knife so that it is visible in the picture. In his left hand he has a pistol. He turns around several times and says, "Ah shit." The perpetrator enters the school. He enters the cafeteria where he passes some students and approaches a teacher. The teacher says, "You are fully dressed here," and shortly afterwards he starts screaming. The teacher lies on the floor and cries for help. He holds his stomach.
Why would you say that? It's just such a weird thing to say. You're fully dressed. Okay, well fine. Next time I'll come to school naked. What the fuck?
And shouts, Staff and students are on their way into the cafeteria. One student shouts, "What's going on?" And another shouts, "I'm calling the fucking police." A classroom door closes and the perpetrator starts kicking the door. Another student says that he should call the police, to which the perpetrator replies, "Drive on, come on." The perpetrator continues into the school. There he meets a teacher whom he has to stick. Then he says, "She is a good teacher." The injured teacher remains on the ground. He says, "Call the ambulance," to some colleagues sitting next to him. The perpetrator laughs and walks around the cafeteria. The perpetrator says, "Damn, how long it takes for the police to come." He throws things down on the floor and then triggers the fire alarm. The perpetrator points his weapon at students
This guy's just a fucking weird lunatic.
who have jumped out of classroom windows. The perpetrator leaves the school. He walks a few meters away but turns around when he notices that students have started jumping out of classroom windows. Both pistol and knife are aimed at the students at the same time as he asks them to stab. He shouts, "See you in hell." The police shout, "Lie down," repeatedly, but the perpetrator continues forward. A policeman appears in the picture. The police repeatedly order the perpetrator to lie down, but he continues to walk. The police shout, "Lie down, I shoot," and fire 2 warning shots. Sirens are heard in the background and more police officers arrive at the scene. The perpetrator is pushed to the ground by police.
They have a hell of a lot more patience over there than our cops. He'd already been dead the moment he started walking at him with a gun.
They order him to lie still. He is identified and handcuffed. The image becomes grey and noisy. Police voices are heard. The article did include a video, though it's no longer available.
Wow, he was a fucking Nazi, huh? I'm not even shocked.
I have no idea whether it was actually footage of the incident.
Wow, a fucking Nazi in Sweden. I'm like, get out. I'm blown the fuck away. A country that's like, oh, the white replacement is going on. No, it's not. Some fucking brown person moved to your shitty village of like 100 people. Oh no, it's the end for the white race. Shut the fuck up. How the fuck did you people go from being like Vikings and shit to like this? How the
It's
what
possible,
happened?
considering the description, but that could have been taken from the police report. And unless one of the 4 people who watched it saved it at the time and shared it,
How much you want to bet this guy posted on poll so fucking often?
I don't see how it would have resurfaced. I wasn't able to find any updates regarding this incident, so I'm not sure what happened to Hugo. Presumably he's in prison right now. How long for, I have no idea.
Of course he's in prison. What do you think? They're gonna let this fucking racist, Nazi, stupid fucking piece of shit, like, fucking walk around?
While the attack would have been terrifying for all the students and staff that had to witness it, particularly the teacher who was stabbed, it's a relief that no one actually died. I just hope the teacher made a full recovery.
There's so many Nazis in that region of the world. It's upsetting.
A few months ago, a Reddit user made a post on the Lost Media
The face when no more pudding pops.
subreddit about a video they remember watching in school featuring Bill Cosby. For context, Bill is a former comedian, actor and author who in April 2018 was found guilty of aggravated indecent assault and later sentenced to 3 to 10 years in prison. There have been countless allegations made against him relating to assault, battery and misconduct, some of which include the use of drugs.
I don't want to keep zooming into his potato head like
The
this.
victims
Stop.
were both adults and children, though unfortunately by the time they came forward, the allegations were outside of the statutes of limitations, so the majority never led to prosecution. Anyway, the post read, I'm posting
He's just coming for me. Stop zooming
out
in.
of morbid curiosity because I've been trying to find this for a while and have had no luck, and heck, maybe Reddit can help. In the 5th grade, I distinctly remember watching a sex ed video about wet dreams with Bill Cosby in it. In the video, a kid is changing his bed sheets when Cosby walks in and asks him what he's doing. He then sits the kid down next to him and explains that his body is changing and yada yada, you know the drill. After his scandal, I thought it would be funny if I could dig that video up, but I've had no luck in finding it. It is possible that I confused him for a different actor, but I don't think this is the case. Cosby was
Let's sit down and explain to you yada bada. Bodies are changing. Give some of this juice. Give some of the pudding pops. I can't do Bill Cosby. I just sound like I'm drunk.
my dad's favorite
My Bill Cosby impersonation is absolutely terrible. It sounds like I've drank like 4 gallons of lean. I'm gonna stop.
comedian, and he watched and listened to his stand-up all the time, which is why the video stood out to me. Then again, it's been a
Play
long
Pokemons.
time, and I was a dumb kid, so hey, anything is possible. If it helps, this would have been around 2002 to 2003. It was most likely on VHS. This is a bit different to the other entries in this video, as the existence of this video is unconfirmed. We only have one Redditor's vague memory of it to go on.
I don't know. I mean, there was that episode of, I think it was Different Strokes or something like that, where this fucking neighbor who was like the bicycle shop guy was a pedophile. And it was like the creepiest shit ever. It was to bring up awareness that there, it was like a stranger danger episode on something like that. But it's just like the fact that they filmed it and they played it straight like the whole time was just kind of awkward to me.
I actually find this kind of
They did it in a way where they were letting you know this is an important thing that needs to be talked about because it happens, but just the way he did it was like, okay, we get it.
to be the most intriguing there.
He's basically trying to show like these 2 black kids like porn and give them alcohol and shit. I'm like, what the fuck? I was like, I get it, it's the 80s, but
It's not just a question of finding the footage itself, but finding any evidence to corroborate its
Evidence
existence
in
in
aluminium.
the first place. If this video does exist, it's clearly not widely known about, so searching for it wouldn't be easy regardless, and the topic makes it even harder, as searching Bill Cosby said video just brings up countless
I don't want to ever see a fucking video of Bill Cosby doing anything sexual, consensual or not. I just don't ever want to see that ever. Who the fuck
articles
would?
related to the allegations against him. One of the comments on the post was from someone who believed they may have seen the same video. Quote, there are probably hundreds of Z videos that have the same concept, so this could just be a similar one. But I saw a video that
Yeah, there's like a rabbit hole you can go down on fucking stranger danger videos in their obscurity. Red Letter Media's covered a couple of my favorites because, like I said, the message they're trying to put out is a good message. It's important. It's the delivery of that message that just made it fucking awful. Like there was one with the bird. It was like but then there was Corny, the fucking alien. I think they had another one, but the alien one I remember actually seeing in school when I was a kid. It was fucking ridiculous. All in the Family, when Edith was attacked. Yeah, that was fucked up. I remember that. My granddad and I used to watch corny old shows like that. We used to watch Sanford and Son. Yeah, you big dummy. Or whenever he got cornered and he didn't have any answers, he's like, Elizabeth, this is the big one. I'm coming. I fucking actually like that show. My granddad used to talk to Red Fox all the time when he worked at the airport. He used to come through on his comedy shows and stuff when he would go to fly out for shows. He said he was actually a really cool guy. Yeah. Yeah. That was a very harsh episode of that show.
fits the description. I remember watching one in 6th grade.
But the Stranger Danger video that I watched, it was called Get Street Smart. And it was about like helping kids know not to go around like strangers and, you know, how to stay safe when you're home alone and your parents are like getting home a little late from work or whatever. But the way that they did it was they had like, I guess the kids were supposed to relate to this fucking alien character that was voiced by like one of Nickelodeon's voice actors. And it was like acted by him too, which was fucking crazy. And it's like this weird lizard man who looks like he's mostly made of dicks. And he has like a watch that can teleport him away from danger. It's like a Groundhog Day thing. So every he teleports away, the day starts over again so he can try to do it better and smarter. It's just like this thing's constantly having to hit the watch because it's like everybody in like fucking Molesterville, you know, the greater non-consent county area is just trying to fucking rape this stupid alien. What is this? Even as a kid, like watching it in school in my class, it was like so fucking awkward in like elementary school when they showed us this stupid shit. I'm like, what the fuck? Maybe if you weren't an alien whose head looks like it's mostly made of fucking penises, people wouldn't want to be trying to kidnap you. It's the fucking weirdest shit.